right, I want you to get comfortable. I'm going to spend a little time and get you familiar with some of the instruments and controls in this aircraft. The airspeed indicator is calibrated in knots rather than miles per hour. The white arc is our flap operating range. You shouldn't extend the flaps unless your airspeed's well within the white arc. Green arc, our normal operating range. You don't want to let the airspeed get beyond this range in gusty conditions. The yellow arc is the caution range. Fly within this range only in smooth air. And of course the red arc is the never exceed speed. This speed should never be exceeded at any time. The next instrument we want to take a look at is the ADI, the Attitude Direction Indicator. It allows the pilot to get an immediate picture of the plane's attitude. It's the only instrument that gives both pitch and bank information simultaneously. This line represents the horizon. When this miniature aircraft is lined up with it, you're flying straight and level on the horizon. These marks indicate your pitch in increments of 5 degrees. Pitching up 10 degrees would look something like this. And these marks across the top indicate your degrees of bank. 10, 20, 30, 60, and 90. Let's look at what a 30-degree right bank would look like. The altimeter's job is to measure the static pressure and register this fact in terms of feet or in thousands of feet. The long needle with the small triangle measures 10,000-foot increments. The short needle measures thousands of feet, and this needle measures hundreds of feet. 3,000 feet would look like this. 12,500 feet would look like this. Make the instrument be useful, we need to set the current local barometric pressure before we take off. We get that information from the tower. The turn coordinator has two main elements: a miniature airplane to indicate the rate of turn, and an inclinometer to indicate coordinated flight. I'll explain that to you. You can use the miniature airplane to establish and maintain a standard rate turn by aligning it with the turn index. This means that you're turning at a rate of 3 degrees per second. At that rate, you'll complete a 360-degree turn in 2 minutes. The inclinometer shows the quality of a turn. By that, we mean that you're maintaining coordinated flight by keeping the ball centered. If the ball's not centered, you apply rudder to the side where the ball's deflected. It prevents skidding or sliding in a turn. The heading indicator is a gyro-driven instrument rather than a magnetic instrument. It displays headings based on a 360-degree azimuth with the final zero admitted. In other words, 3 is 30 degrees, 22 is 220 degrees. Since there's no magnet for it to point to, you must manually rotate it to match your magnetic float compass. The VSI, vertical speed indicator, measures your rate of climb or descent in feet per minute. If the needle is deflected above zero, you're climbing. If it's below zero, you're descending. The tachometer displays engine speed and RPM, short for revolutions per minute. The window in the lower part of the instrument keeps a record of the engine running time. It's called the Hobbs meter. The oil temperature gauge, of course, measures the temperature of the oil as it enters the engine. The green area indicates normal operating range, while the red area indicates maximum allowable temperature. Oil pressure gauge measures pressure in pounds per square inch of oil supplied to the engine.